Shazam Alphas. It's your boy La Alphas, I mean, looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Can't even see it, but there you go. You see it. Ooh. And today we got a lot to talk about. It's What's New 99. We have news from two-time Pro Bowl running back Washington Redskins Clinton Portis committing healthcare fraud. That's crazy. Steve from Blues Clues is back, and he had a message for us from the 25th anniversary of Blues Clues. Bitcoin is tanking. Why? We'll talk about it. Virginia takes down the Robert E. Lee statues. That's interesting. And Matrix 4 and Don't Look Up trailers are here. People are excited because it seems that movies might be back. Let's get into the show. Hit the entrance.
OVR.
Alright, first off, we gotta talk about what everybody here, the title talking about. What's New 99? What are we talking about? It's some news. You got some news for me, Zalman? I got some news for you. Clinton Portis, two-time Pro Bowl running back, Washington Redskins from Law, Mississippi, played at the Miami Hurricanes 2001 conference championship team, ACC conference, national championship, multiple time, played with Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, the Dogs. He committed healthcare fraud. Committed healthcare fraud. CNN reports. We seen that. I know y'all ain't seen it, but come on, we gotta talk about it. CNN reports that Portis, Tamarick Vanover, I don't know who he is, don't ask me. Robert McCune, who was apparently the ringleader, he's the one who organized this healthcare fraud that they committed, admitted to participate in the scheme to scam the league's retiree healthcare benefits plan, which provide tax-free reimbursement to former players and their families for out-of-pocket medical needs. So what I'm assuming is by this report is that McCune, as they are saying, orchestrated a nationwide fraud which resulted in approximately $2.9 million in false and fraudulent claims being submitted to the plan, and the plan paying out $2.5 million of those claims in June 2017. So essentially, I'm thinking they're doing is they saying they had injuries or they had problems that resulted in this much expense. But y'all know how healthcare works. Y'all smart people. Y'all overall 99 audience. So what they did is I'm guessing they created these injuries. They say they had these injuries. These three players, Clinton Portis, the most famous, said, we have this problem. We are doing these. We have these injuries. We have this. We need some help from the new healthcare system that the league is offering for retired players, and we need these. Essentially not really having these medical expenses, not having no hospital report, not having bills on it. They just say they had it, and they might have spent it on somebody else or used it on somebody else, and they are using that to manipulate the league to get $2.5 million. I'm assuming Tamarick Vanover and Robert McCune. Robert McCune sounds familiar, but he played only 8 games in 4 years, so I really don't know who he is. He sounds familiar from a college team, but I don't remember where he played. But it seems that he came up with this scam. I can see them doing it, right? Why would Clinton Portis do it? Clinton Portis made plenty of money with the Redskins, right? Like, he's a Pro Bowl running back. He was one of the best out there. Yeah. I don't see why he would do that. On to the next story, though. Steve from Blues Clues returned to explain the needs for closure. Steve basically came on and explained why he left Blue Clues, just got on the bus, said, bye, this is my brother, I am out. He explained it in the video. He essentially telling y'all right now that, look, I went to college. And thanks to you people, you gave me the opportunity to go to college because you have given me this platform. You have funded me. You have given me all of that. And thanks to you, I've been able to go to college and do amazing things. So thanks to you, and I see you doing amazing things. Just giving a typical Steve encouraging word that we all grew up on 25 years ago. And he said, you look good and you're looking well. Keep doing what you're doing. And I appreciate it. I got a little emotional. I love Steve. You know what I'm saying? Steve was my guy. I was 5 years old when Steve came around. I'm 30 now. I was 25. And he was one of my childhood. So seeing him do that made me a little emotional. I was feeling it. I'm saying, like, Steve, it's good to see you, my guy. I ain't seen you in years. You know what I mean? And I wish they would have put blue in it. Would have made it cool. But that was a dope thing they did. Nickelodeon did for the 25th anniversary, bringing Steve back. I don't know what the situation was or whatever, but maybe he did go off to college and maybe he was like, I want to do my own thing. And that's amazing. I'm proud of you, my guy. In other news, Bitcoin is tanking. Seems like a lot of investors might be trying to get the consumer, get them out of here. It looks like there's a big old, they just all just bought out at the same time. Just a big old buyout. Everyone, like a bunch of big names just put out a lot of money today. And all of a sudden it just tanked Bitcoin. Because for those who don't know how cryptocurrency or stock market works, you get in, they take a lot out, boom, it plummets, right? The value plummets because it's not as much of it because the people are selling it off at a higher rate. The more people you have in it, the higher the price, right? So if you got people investing in it and believing in it, and the more people that continue to do it and they don't sell quickly, which is one of the biggest problems with pump and dump. A lot of people convince a lot of people to get in, they pump instantly, right? They get rid of it quickly. They are out here just like, yo, soon as the money, how much money we got, we made $20,000 pull out. And that's what a pumping up is. Essentially, it feels like it's not Bitcoin. It's quite hard to pump it up. But it seems like a lot of major players got at the same time. It's very interesting to see. Virginia takes down Robert E. Lee statue. How you feel about that? Let me know in the comments. I know a lot of people don't mess with Mr. Lee from the Confederate Army because of slavery, racism. He the person he was the charge of the people that fought for racism and slavery. And people are going to always make up the excuse it wasn't about slavery. Bro, I live in Mississippi. We got one of the little founding father things at the museum. It literally says it on the old piece of paper. Like, it's there, bro. It's not, yeah, it's about business. It's the business of slavery. I'm going to talk about that Friday when we saw the conservative. We're going to talk about him and Candace Owens talked about how slave owners are owed reparations as well, which is interesting topic. We're gonna talk about that. And Matrix 4 and Don't Look Up trailers are here. Matrix 4 look like some Neo mixed with John Wick crossover that I'm really excited to see because I grew up off the Matrix. Don't Look Up got a stacked roster. They got a stacked roster, and they full of they stacked. They got a great director and everything. And Shang-Chi broke all the records for Memorial Day weekend, Labor Day weekend. He broke all the records, and so movies are feeling like they're coming back. Venom 2 even opened their release date closer now, so we got that going on. And it's looking like it's a good time. This was what's new 99. This is what happened today. This is what's new. And I'm just giving you today, trying to give you some daily updates on these. And we're going to, what's the trend is back to Marvel, what's trending overall. These are just little smaller stories that you might want to hear about. And I want to thank you for listening. Remember to keep stomping, and remember, something amazing could happen. Peace.